Welcome everyone to today's listening part 4 news item analysis. Before we start, I want to let you know that I will be following the listening part 4 news item tips and strategies guide. We can find this guide in our CELPIP library. Part 4. Over here you will find a wonderful video that will give you an in-depth analysis about the tips and strategies which will help you for listening part 4. So if you would like to look at that video, visit our CELPIP library and you can watch that video. I will leave a link in the description box for our CELPIP library. For now, I will only review the pages of the guide, which tells us about how to listen effectively for part 4. Very important, listen in full sentence mode, not vocabulary mode. Very important. And also what information to focus on. Particularly for the news item, we want to know about facts. Where did it happen? When did it happen? Who was involved? Why did it happen? How did it happen? What effect did this have? Or what solutions do they make? What about reading the questions? We have to read the questions for part 5. Very important. And of course, how should we respond to the questions? How can we select the correct answer more? Okay, so for now, let's get to today's analysis. So everyone, I'm just here in the listening part 4 section of the CELPIP library. Okay. And today we're going to be doing a sample from volume 5, hockey team. Oh, hockey, my favorite sport, and the Edmonton Oilers are my favorite team. Please follow them. Now, let's get started with this analysis. So everyone, don't forget that I am going to be giving you enough time to listen and answer the questions. So first, you will listen to the news report. And then after that, I'm going to show you all the questions one by one, and I will read them for you. And that way, you can practice on your own. And please keep your answers there, okay? And then afterward, we will analyze the listening together, okay? Now, firstly, about the news report, I just want to tell you, very important, that when we're listening to the news, we need to be collecting the factual information. What happened? Where did it happen? Why did it happen? Who did it happen to? What are they going to do? What will happen next? Okay? Facts. And also, let's make sure that we listen and repeat to full sentences. Listening and repeating in your mind works the best and helps you retain the information. Now, for lower levels, that will be harder, but try to repeat as much full sentences as you can, okay? Instead of just words. We don't want to keep just words. Words can confuse us. Higher levels, this will be easier, but also if you can take some notes, let's do that, okay? All right, everyone. So let's get started with the listening.
Listening to a news item. During a press conference on Friday, Mayor Billy Barnes announced that the city would be paying the owners of the Bosworth BC Tigers hockey team $4 million to end their contract with the city of Bosworth. The 10-year contract was originally signed in 2010, and the $4 million figure was an agreed-upon penalty the city would pay if they broke the contract. The mayor acknowledged that the city had been losing money for years due to low attendance at Bosworth Arena. He reminded the small crowd gathered that it was his predecessor, Michael Matoli, who initially signed the contract with the team. Barnes said he believed Matoli made a mistake, but did not blame him. The fact is, we should have realized that a city of our size, with a population less than 80,000, is simply not capable of filling an 8,000-seat arena for 30 games per season, Barnes said. The team's owners could not be reached for comment, but anonymous reports suggest that the team is considering relocating to Lucan City, Ontario, which has a population of 200,000.
So now, everyone, let's get to the questions. Okay. And now we have 3 minutes to complete the questions. So that's about 40 seconds for each question. Okay. So here we go. The city paid the team because it signed a new contract. The team was too small. It terminated the deal. It wanted a new hockey team. Okay, question 2. The contract was signed by the current mayor, the team's players, the arena owners, the previous administration. Okay, question 3. The team may move because a bigger city can support a hockey team. Their current arena is too small. The team's owners blame the mayor. The team loses a lot of games. Okay. Question number 4. The city was failing to meet demand, running deficits, selling too many tickets, growing too big for the team. Okay, and question 5. The mayor believes that the city should have a smaller team. The previous mayor had made a wise decision. The city's arena needs to be smaller. The hockey team was not feasible. Okay, everyone, then let's get to the questions. I hope you were able to get all of them. Let's look at the first one. The city paid the team because it signed a new contract. So they signed a new one. Doesn't seem why they paid them. The team was too small, not too small. It terminated the deal. Terminated means canceled, stopped. It wanted a new hockey team. So I think the answer is C because the city canceled the contract, and then they had to pay them. Pretty sure that's what it says. Let's look at our script over here, okay? During a press conference on Friday, Mayor Billy Barnes announced the city would be paying the owners of the Bosworth BC Tigers hockey team $4 million to end their contract. You see, and terminate the contract. Okay? All right. What about number two? The contract was signed by the current mayor, so the one now, the team's players, they can't sign it. The arena owners, maybe. The previous administration, previous means before, administration, the previous mayor or people running the city. I think that's the answer. Let's look. The mayor acknowledged that the city had been losing money for years due to low attendance at Bosworth Arena. He reminded the small crowd gathered that it was his predecessor, Michael Mitoli. Predecessor means the previous one before you, the one before, who had signed the contract with the team. Okay, so that's correct. The previous administration. Okay. What about number three? The team may move because. So, why might they move? A bigger city can support a hockey team. Maybe. Their current arena is too small. The team's owners blame the mayor. Not the team's owner blame the mayor. No, they don't say it's his fault. He's the bad one. Blame. Say who it is. No. The team loses a lot of games. It didn't talk about the team losing games. I believe it's because a bigger city can support the team. Let's check. The fact is, we should have realized that a city of our size with a population less than 80,000 is simply not capable of filling an 8,000 seat arena for 30 games per season. So their arena is big enough, but they don't have the right population. The city is too small. So, and it says down here the team's owners could not be reached for comment, but anonymous reports suggest that the team is considering relocating to Lucan City, Ontario, which has a population of 200,000. So a bigger city can support the team. Right. Not the arena is too small. The arena was a good size, okay? The city was failing to meet demand. Doesn't failing means wasn't meeting demand? So it wasn't that there was demand, because if there was demand, everybody would go to the game. Everybody's asking for it. Running deficits, having deficits means not having enough money to cover the expenses. That's what it said. Losing money for years, it said. Selling too many tickets? Not many. Growing too big for the team? No. The city was too small. So running deficits is the correct answer here. Losing money for years. Losing money. Running deficits, okay? The mayor believes that the city should have a smaller team. Maybe it didn't say that. The previous mayor had made a wise decision, a smart decision. No, the city's arena needs to be smaller. The arena is the good size. The hockey team was not feasible. Not feasible means not something which was good for the city to operate. When something is feasible, it means it's a good plan. When it's not feasible, it means that it's not a good plan or not a good project. And that is the answer, because he thinks that the team, it says here, we should have realized the fact that a city of our size with a population of less than 80,000 is simply not capable of filling an 8,000 seat arena for 80 games. So they couldn't do it. It was an unfeasible plan. Okay? All right. So it looks like we got everything. Very good. Now, everyone, it's always a good idea to read answers to try to understand why the answers are the answers and why the other answers are not the answers. So we can check here the other answers and we can see we should check why the answer is not yet the answer and why the other answer is the answer, okay? Very good for us to build our comprehension skills that way. Also, of course, we should review. Let's review the script, okay? Reviewing the script can help us so much to understand vocabulary, sentence structure. It will really help us. And lastly, everyone, I will be leaving a link in the description box. I will be leaving a link so you can practice this listening again. Okay? Practice the listening again and do the questions again in the right time. Same listening, different questions. This will really help our comprehension. Okay? And also, don't forget about our CELPIP library. Our CELPIP library has over 60 examples of listening part 4, reading, writing, lots of practice there for you, including current exams, CELPIP exams, past CELPIP exams, and some of our own CELPIP material. Okay, so lots of practice, which will be great for building our comprehension skills. And also, if you use discount code CELPIP79, you can get a 3-month subscription for only $10.99 Canadian. That's a great deal. If you're interested in that deal, you can go to purchase a library pass at the end of the sample listening in the description box. Okay, everyone? Let's not forget, practice makes perfect.